As far as NMOD is concerned and the spraying in the skies, the torture that is being perpetrated on the people of the United States, not to mention the conditioning and the biotechnological attack. The biotechnological attack is what I'd like to address right here. Early on in the chemtrail spraying, which started after 9/11 in earnest, that 9/11 was the catalyzing event that allowed the laws to be rewritten in the name of terror. This is sold to the elite and to the upper echelon people with a little monetary clout in America as security technology. And of course, after the so-called attack on America, which was a lot more and a lot less than uh, actually happened. After this attack, a lot of the elite were willing to sell out quite a lot of things for their own personal security, and so they allowed themselves to be talked into this um, chemtrail spraying antenna satellite security technology, which was initially considered to be a part of law enforcement, but the one thing they weren't told is that behavior modification is also part of law enforcement. Who needs to build prisons or um, have police if they can get inside your head and push buttons? There were incidences of night spraying early on in the chemtrail program, and a lot of people were alarmed at that. They couldn't figure out what night spraying was. One of the things that I noticed was that a lot of times night spraying took place on the full moon. Out west, I saw a lot more chemtrailing, whether that was because Bush was in or it was early in the program and the atmospheric conditioning hadn't been accomplished yet, or for what other reason I'm not actually going to worry about right now. I know that the spraying, according to the patents, is a solar technology, a new paradigm of energy technology, using focusing devices and magnifying devices and ionizing devices to create heat on the surface of the planet. Enron was involved in it early. They were selling weather derivatives and allowed to affect the weather up or down depending on the season. And they were selling derivatives based on what they would receive as their cut from utilities companies. Anyway, it's a solar technology, and also it's very dependent on solar power to focus these beams and fields on the surface of the planet for surveillance and other things like that. I personally believe that surveillance and behavior modification, the law enforcement aspects of this New World Order technology, are prime of prime importance to the people that are perpetrating all this. This definitely lets us know, though, that this technology does not work at night. So if there's anything that you want to do that you don't want them to see, they're at least half blind at night. That's when the satellites come in, though. That's when the antenna and the broadcast canopies come in. If you see spraying at night, the one thing that you should be aware of is that is probably a biotechnological agent. That's biologicals being sprayed to affect the people below. This will probably all drop by morning, not being energized or ionized by the sun, and sunlight does kill most, if not all, biotechnological agents. The Sunshine Project from Germany will clue anyone to that wants to see. So a lot of times when they're spreading biotech, they have to create a canopy, they have to create cool, wet conditions. If you see these and the spraying in the sky, or even the lines descending through the clouds, you know that these are biotechnological agents, and there's just not a whole lot you can do, and they know that. It's the same thing with the spraying during the day. They are busted now. They don't care who sees it, because what are you going to do? What are you going to do?